Welcome back to GloryHunter. We end the January transfer window today. Thank you for all of your feedback yesterday. We, of course, were looking for a decision as to which central midfielder we would like to buy. Having moved on a couple of players, De Bruyne has now dropped to 85 rated, but still certainly going to be very, very good indeed. And we are continually without Pedri for another 2 months. So he's going to miss a significant part of the remainder of the season, unfortunately. So in a minute, De Bruyne starts, but we're certainly looking to change that. We had a number of names on the shortlist, and you preferred Nejevic. He was the more popular option in the comment section, so he is the man we will try and get. Moved to Leicester in the summer, but this would be a significant step up, and we can justify bringing him in if we can agree a fee. Now, bear in mind, I am wanting to bring in Zaniolo as well, so I really need to try and get this deal done as best and as cheaply as I possibly can, because I'm going to need up to 100 million to try and bring Zaniolo in. And I'll be honest, I don't think, after that initial negotiation, that we're going to be even remotely close to getting Nejevic in for a fee that would allow us to bring in Zaniolo. We might have to sell on, they will agree 84. We might have to sell on a fringe player or two, like recall some players from loan and sell some fringe players on to bring in Zaniolo after selling on, of course, Ousmane Dembele in the previous episode in the transfer window. It will be an important player, if not crucial, if he wants it. Nejevic is the Luka Modric regen, we believe, although I do need to double check his birthday to confirm that. I haven't yet done that. We will be doing the next save in the YouTube channel. I'm quite happy to give him that contract. The next save on the YouTube channel will be a Youth Academy Road to Glory after the GloryHunter has completed. So do keep your eyes peeled for that once we finish this save. Although hopefully you continue to show this save some support, we can actually fully see out the whole entirety of the GloryHunter and win everything we want to win. Nejevic in, and considering they initially wanted 100, 84 is not bad at all, I don't think. I get an A for that. I think that's probably justified considering they were quite so bullish initially. But has that left us enough to be able to bring in Zaniolo? I don't know at this stage. Let's have a look. I've got 81 million available to me, and I don't know if it'll let me adjust any more from there, supposedly. Can I offer 85? Can I offer his valuation? I quite simply don't have it. Yeah, they're not going to accept that. I need to somehow raise another 20 odd million pounds, and that is going to have to come from someone that is currently out on loan, being recalled and sold on. Well, considering one is 83 and one is 81, I think that pretty much makes our minds up, doesn't it? Fatou is faster, better in the pass, better with the ball at his feet. And his shooting is the same. Physically, there's no competition. Technically, Fatou has better finishing, and he's better in the dribble. Easy decision. Easy decision. Super easy decision. I'm sorry, Rafamir. You have been an excellent servant this season and have 9 goals and 8 assists in 17 games this season, but I need the money. So, you're on your way, pal. I do apologise. 5 at the back for Spurs. Alban Lafont in goal. Jed Spence, Diego Carlos, Kimpembe, Omaragic, and Malacia is their back 5. 89 rated Barella and Hamburg in the middle. Kulusevski, Damsgaard, and Nunez is the front 3. It's a hell of a team for Tottenham, and their depth is decent too, with Sofiane Diop, Ryan Sessegnon, Doniel Marlin, Destiny Udogie, Thomas Lamar is in there as well. They are strong. De Bruyne starts ahead of Nejevic. In fact, I actually forgot to put Nejevic on the bench. Well done, Ches. And Fatawu Isahaku gets his start on the left-hand side. We, as you saw from the previous highlights, are looking to now sell Rafamir to raise the funds to bring in Zaniolo. And as such, Fatawu will have the start for now, but he will soon become my backup striker. And we compared the stats between Fatawu and Rafamir, and actually, for some reason, Fatawu is only 81, but he's absolutely much better than that. So don't let that lower overall rating fool you into thinking he's not a very, very capable player. He can have a massive impact on this team, and hopefully he will do in this game. It's Darwin Nunez. I'm going to show him out wide there to Damsgaard, who's going to drive down the line here. Tottenham got me on the back foot initially. It was a game of two halves when the two sides faced each other in the Premier League recently, and I hope it's just a game of 90 minutes where we do all the dominating this time around. Tottenham are one of those sides chasing at the top of the table, but we have a 5 or so point gap at the top of the table as it stands, and I'd certainly like to build on that. Oh, that's nicely in behind to Malacia. He's got many an option in the middle. We just need to stop him from finding them. Damsgaard, Darwin. Oh, finish, son. The very top corner from Darwin Núñez, and Spurs take a 1-0 lead just moments before half-time. He knew what he was trying to do, Malacia, and we stood him up well, but then he found the extra man, and no keeper stops that. Pure power to find that far top corner. At half-time, the other results around the league actually look quite favourable for us, given the situation we're in. Leeds are losing, Manchester United are drawing, Arsenal are losing. We just so happen to be losing to Spurs, but they're not one of the sides that are directly right behind us. They're a little bit further afield, thankfully. But there's still 45 minutes to turn this result around, so we will try our best to do that. We've had twice as many chances as Spurs, but as you can see, it's not really been that highly creative a game. They're only shots, and they bloody well scored it. So let's go and have some more shots of our own and bloody well score them. Darwin Núñez, a little back heel. It looks good. And Pedro Porres absolutely ruined Malacia there. Please let something come of this move. Erling's onside this time. He's in behind. Something could come from this move. Haaland's just too quick. And his right foot's just not good enough. It's an excellent breakaway. But it hasn't resulted in an equalising goal. And of all people on the pitch, you expected to bury that, regardless of the fact it was on his weaker foot. Erling was the man you would have wanted in that position to try and tuck that home. Can we win that with Ruben Dias? We can, because Ruben Dias is an absolute baller. Bellini with a little dink. Foden brings it down. Oh, Erling's on the run. And he's on his left-hand side this time. That's where you want Erling Haaland. He just so happened to be in the wrong channel last time. Right, not left. No mistakes this time. We are level. And there's a City comeback about to present itself once again. De Bruyne. Darwin went for it. As we well know, it's not beyond Darwin Núñez to get himself sent off, is it? Fatawu, are you onside here, Erling? I think he is. Keeper thought about coming, didn't make it. Oh, what a save, Alban Lafont. If he was any shorter, he wouldn't have been able to get to that. Dejan Kulusevski going off and an 86 rated Sofiane Diop coming on in his place. So certainly Tottenham have reserves worth looking at. Oh, Erling couldn't quite get to that. Bellini will bring this down. Get it to De Bruyne. Who's that over there? It's Ruben Dias. Oh, God, of all people on the pitch that I wouldn't have wanted to try a shot from that sort of range. Bellini. Erling. Oh, he's out-muscled by Kimpembe. 3 minutes to go. We were on the attack. We didn't get the opportunity to get the equalising goal from the set piece after Erling forced a very good save out of the goalkeeper. If I'd have maybe got the angle slightly deeper towards the far post, then we might just have been able to sneak that into the back of the net. 90 seconds to go. Another change then. Ryan Sessegnon probably coming on for Taro Malacia there, as Núñez will deliver this poorly, and we will get it down and away. Now then, as you can quite clearly see from the match clock, well, I was going to say, has to be now. Time ran out. It's a 1-1 draw against Spurs. Boos around the ground, but I think that's pretty uncalled for, to be honest. I don't think a point against a fellow title-pressing team is really worth booing. Unfortunately, Arsenal turned it round against Everton, and Manchester United were able to find a winner in their game as well. So the gap at the top of the table will close by 2 points, but it is still very comfortably in our favour, or certainly comfortably enough. We find ourselves 4 points clear at the top of the table, with Leeds there a further 5 points back. So what was, really all not that long ago, a 7 or 8 team race for the title, is quickly becoming just the Manchester sides. Spurs have been 121 million for him. They were that impressed with Ruben Dias in the previous game. They want to spend every single penny they have on the Portuguese. No thank you. Ruben Dias will stay in my starting lineup. Now, I am, like I say, planning on playing this game against MK Dons. What was that score in the first leg against Arsenal? There were 3 goals. My brain was telling me it was 3-0. No, it was only 2-1. So in the process of looking to sort their starting lineup out to see how strong we could make them, or make sure that everybody is where they should be, you will notice it says -48 next to their goalkeeper, Watson. Turns out, MK Dons don't have a single goalkeeper at the club. Not one. So, we will sim this and probably get quite a comfortable win. I've rotated the side for it, but obviously when they don't have a proper goalkeeper at all, we should surely win this, regardless of whether it's a sim or a played game. You'd like to think, anyway. So we will play Crystal Palace at the end of the episode, because it seems rather fruitless to play a game against a side that are 2 divisions below us and that don't have a goalkeeper. The man in between the sticks is lucky, is what he is, because we've hit the post with our first chance. He's a 6-foot-tall right wing-back, Watson. Now you just pray that because we made the decision to sim it, it means that MK Dons don't get the opportunity to almost do one on us the way that Wickham did, but I don't think they will. Fabio Bellini makes it 1-0 in the 18th minute, and this should be straightforward. Oh, Rafa Mir's a lovely little dummy to send the defender as the ball came in. Might be his last action as a Manchester City player to score a second goal against MK Dons, but he's been a great servant, and I am reluctantly selling him. Lovely ball. Najevic with a goal on debut. 3-0 in the 43rd minute. You love to see it. Rather than like do a simple counter-attack and a sweat, maybe we could try and put a bit more quality into the game. That said, Robson has just brought one back for MK Dons. With 21 minutes to go, the League One side have a glimmer of hope, or is it just a consolation goal? We'll find out in due course. Cole Palmer's pass under hit there, but time is ticking down for MK Dons now. If they score a second here, though, then maybe the comeback is on, but it doesn't look like it. Final whistle about to go here. They might be about to get a second. They're not. They've kicked it straight at Edison. It'll be game over, and it'll be progression in the FA Cup for Manchester City. Very pleased to comfortably see that through. I was kind of looking forward to playing against MK Dons, actually, and having a bit of a different flavour of opponent, but with them not having any goalkeeper whatsoever, it just seemed like a bit of a fruitless exercise. So, I didn't. Manchester United interested in Bremer. They've bid for a couple of players so far this season, Manchester United, actually. We know that our next game could well send us to Wembley. It's the second leg against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. We may have the opportunity to have a cup final in our first season here at Manchester City. Arsenal line up very, very similarly to how they did in the first leg. New signing Oyan Sunset starts at striker, however, and Joey Fearman comes into the midfield in that left central midfield role. But other than that, they are as they were. Miranda, extremely lucky to be available for this one, of course, after putting in a disgusting foul in the final moments of the last game. And the final whistle went before the manager was able to brandish a booking, and he didn't book him after the whistle had gone, unfortunately, frustratingly. Najevic, though, starting off very well, and so does Erling Haaland. That left foot, so on. It's a shame about his right, but the left foot's very, very good indeed. Case in point, lovely tackle by Najevic, certainly enjoying using him in the first 3 seconds that I've had to play with him. And we're 1-0 up. And 3-1 up on aggregate. That might be 1.5 feet very nearly on our tippy toes on the way to Wembley. Good header by Najevic. Palmer does well. Ref! They're getting really, really... Oh, he's gone back pocket. Guido Rodriguez sent off. Tata, your captain is supposed to lead by example. That's not the example to set. It wasn't, to be fair, two-footed. We've seen some two-footed lunges get away with just a yellow. That one was more controlled, but because I turned away with Cole Palmer like that as the tackle came in, it did come from behind rather than from the side as he intended there, Guido Rodriguez. And that's Arsenal 3-1 down on aggregate and now a man down on the night. I think that's probably game over from there, isn't it? Unless they pull out the worldie of performances, but having given away possession like that, don't think it's going to happen. Right, Erling. Do it on your right this time, please, son. Thank you. We're going to Wembley for a Carabao Cup final, and there's nothing Arsenal can do about it now. We've got a free kick, 10 minutes to go till half-time. Centre-back to centre-back. Camavinga out here to Bellini, quickly looking for Foden, but Sanchez is in the way. It's Ødegaard. Nicely to Marquinhos, who's very kindly giving it straight back to Bremer again. Pedro Porro through that gap. There we go. This is building nicely, and I'll look to lift this for Bellini, and this could be a wonderful golazo! 3-0 Manchester City, and it's beautifully built. Yeah, we're going to Wembley, lads. We're going to Wembley. Jeremy Pino into Martin Ødegaard. Oh, the ball run back. It's 5-2 on aggregate here. I think there's not really much point celebrating it too heavily, but Ødegaard played in. I tried to get there with the defender, Bremer, and his attempt to try and get in the way was to keep running and just kind of swing out a leg. Not really the best of attempted blocks there, to be honest, from Bremer, but never mind. It's not going to cost us that much, other than our clean sheet, thankfully. 5-2 in aggregate. I'll make multiple changes at half-time. This game, or this tie, should I say, is dead and buried. The game's still alive because there's going to be plenty more opportunities to score goals, you feel, for this Manchester City side. Cole Palmer keeps himself onside well. Tries to deliver across, but it's blocked. However, it's blocked illegally so by a hand, and Foden will dink this into the middle as we try and find another goal, which we don't get. Oh, please. Oh, you just have to hit those first time, don't you? Erling. Oh, forgot where the ball was, apparently. Who hit whose hand? Oh, he hit Miranda's hand, did it? All right, fair enough. I'll take it. Ruben. Oh, it's great movement by De Bruyne. That's just football intelligence from Kevin De Bruyne there. So alert, so aware of what's happening on the pitch around him. Knew that if he just held his line like that, there was enough Arsenal players behind him that he'd stay on side. Thankfully, I saw the pass. We created the chance. Unfortunately, it didn't go in. Round the corner there to Fatawu. Off the bench here into Bellini. And Fatawu has an assist. Bellini has another goal. It's 4 for City and 6 on aggregate. By Arsenal. Free kick for Arsenal. 20 minutes to go. Ødegaard lofts it over the top. And Joao Cancelo quite comfortably brings it down. Could be another counter-attacking opportunity here. It certainly is. And Calderon looking to get away from Inacio here. He's really quick, Calderon. And he's got quickness of feet as well. Fatawu! Oh, God. 87 finishing. Come on, Fatawu. We're wanting to use you at striker. That's why we're selling Rafa Mir. You're going to need to prove to me that you're better in front of goal than that. Thank you very much, my friend. Marquinhos, Ødegaard, Fearman. Why, you could see what I was anticipating he was going to do there. The step inside that didn't come. He just shot. When Fearman picks up the ball here, you expect him to try and turn inside Ruben Dias. He doesn't. So I've just kind of stood there and run around like this. As he's gone, well, I'll just shoot then, shall I? It's, was it 4-2 on the night and 6-3 on aggregate. Unfortunately for Arsenal, it's too little, too bloody late. We are going to ensure victory in the Carabao Cup. And we'll try and get Zaniolo in and over the line before the Crystal Palace game at the end of the month. There's 4 days to recover as well, so we should have the majority of the first team players that started this game fit again and ready and raring to go for that game against Palace. So we'll take it day at a time, but hopefully Zaniolo will be in the starting lineup for the next one. Aha, bids for Rafa Mir. Very similar in pricing, but what's my market is actually I can get up to 35. I probably am not going to need. I'm probably not going to need all 35, but I will try and maximise what I can get, purely because we might need it. 34.2, that's fine by me. 33.8. Literally in the process of doing it and already forgotten. 34.4. Was it 34.2? It was 34.2. Oh well. He's going to have the choice of going to Wolfsburg or Bayern, but it looks like Rafa Mir is Bundesliga bound. And that 30 million to come in very handy if you don't mind. So please go away, Rafa. I mean, you've been... I feel harsh selling him. I really genuinely do, because he's been so good. But Zaniolo will be better. In the next round of the FA Cup, we have Chelsea. And in the... Or is that the Carabao Cup final? No, the Carabao Cup final wouldn't be in Wembley. Wouldn't be... Yeah, so a neutral ground. So yeah, that's the Carabao Cup final. We've got Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final. And the FA Cup hasn't been drawn yet. Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll train. We'll hopefully see that we're going to get Rafa Mir leave. It's not happened yet. It's not happened yet. So we're going to have to head into this game against Crystal Palace then, still with Rafa Mir and without Zaniolo. But we are still 4 points good at the top of the Prem. Because, of course, that last game was a Carabao Cup tie and the FA Cup tie previous to that. So here we go then. Crystal Palace away for the third and final played game of the day. And then deadline day with, certainly we hope, Zaniolo incoming. 4-3-3 from Crystal Palace. Although if you cast your mind back, you remember they don't have any centre mids. So all three, well, they don't have any high-rated centre mids. So all three of those central players are CDMs. It's Marek Rodek in goal for them. Ruben Sanchez, David Carmo, Odilon Kasunu and Piero Incapie. Then it's Fofana, Kamara and Schlager. They did have someone else in there, actually, who scored against me last time we played them, but he wasn't in their list, so they must have sold him. I can't remember off the top of my head who it was. I can see the goal in my mind, but I can't remember the guy's name. Jeremy Doku's still on the right for them. Anthony Elanga on the left. Rhythm is the dancer. And it's Vitinha up top for them. It's not a bad side for Crystal Palace. Cole Palmer and De Bruyne in for slightly tired Fatawu and Najevic. But other than that, we're at full strength. So it should be that sort of result. De Bruyne, Palmer, De Bruyne, Foden. No. Try and catch him if you do. Oh no, it's Doku. Vitinha played through in behind. Oh, that little change of pace actually sold me there, but Brain will get rid of this and we'll try and work it away. Camavinga short to Pedro Porro. Let Bellini drift back out wide to that winger position before we move it out to this right-hand side. Erling pointed where he wanted that in the channel, actually. Kasunu's done brilliantly to reach around him and get a tackle on it. Slightly frustrating because Bellini made a good run. Anthony Elanga has run straight into Pedro Porro, and we have caught him if we dare. Camavinga to Bellini again. Chelsea scoring in their game. Are they? No, they're going 1-0 down. Philip Billing giving Bournemouth a 1-0 lead. Bournemouth could have been the side that we were managing here this season if you guys had voted such a way. Bellini, that's awful. Camavinga intercepts nicely. And Foden will just let fly, actually. Oh, and not be far away from giving us a 1-0 lead. Bournemouth and Brentford were potentially two of the clubs we could have ended up at in this save. And if we win everything at Manchester City this year, I certainly would consider more of a project in La Liga or Liga. Because we'd have so many years available to us to win everything, we could allow ourselves the extra time to build a squad. So hopefully we will win everything at Manchester City this year. At least domestically. So that it allows us to have a bit more of a project career mode for the next 3 or 4 seasons in a different country. That would be great, and hopefully would liven up the save for a number of you who are getting a little bit tired of me just bouncing from big club to big club. But that is effectively the nature of the GloryHunter, isn't it? You're going around trying to get glory in various different places, and to be honest, if you could have limitless seasons on career mode, then I'd bounce from project to project. But unfortunately, you don't get the opportunity to bounce from project to project because you only got a limit of 15 seasons. And on FM, you can go as long as you like, but artificially put a 20-season limit on it just to make it more of a challenge. Whereas I don't think I'm good enough to be able to do it all in 20 seasons, so I'd probably try and win everything as a challenge, but just to do it in an unlimited time frame, probably. And I think I might do that on Football Manager 24 next year, but we're very much enjoying the journeyman we're doing in a minute on that save, and we're in Toulouse there, but we're 1-0 up here, and there's no losing going on this time. Crystal Palace 0, Manchester City 1. Oh, it's a lovely turn by Cole Palmer, that. Left the defender for dead. Erling needs to get himself in the box here. Oh, it's going to fall for Bellini, and that's a hell of a second goal. Smashed into the top corner. Foden with one, Bellini with the other. Both 2 minutes either side of half-time. That'll be 3 points and we'll stay top of the table. Thank you very much. And we're certainly an exciting proposition for Zaniolo. He might well be particularly looking forward to joining this team because we are playing some great football. Arsenal go 2-1 up against West Ham through Martin Ødegaard. That's going to help them. Oh, what a save, Ederson. That's going to help Arsenal try and close the gap and join that Champions League fight and potentially try and close the gap to ourselves and Manchester United for the title fight. But being 9 points clear of third place, we are in such a strong position right now. We could still absolutely bottle the Premier League title. I don't really think we're in such a position at the minute where it would be considered a bottle. A 4-point gap certainly isn't massive, is it? But we've given the ball away there as Jonathan Burkhardt, player that we had, of course, at Borussia Dortmund, now joins Nottingham Forest in this save. Crystal Palace have pulled one back. Sanchez. This ball through to Schlager. Now wide to Jeremy Doku. Good block by Joao Cancelo. It's a corner for Palace, though. And you can hear the roar going up around Selhurst Park. These fans believe that there is at least a point on the board here for Crystal Palace. A point to be won. He's on side here as well, Alanga. And delivers well. Ruben Dias has to be at his absolute aerial best to ensure that they don't get a headed effort away on goal there. Bellini will switch this looking for Cole Palmer. We can maybe catch them on the counter. Cancelo. Palmer's just not got any interest in going on the counter-attack at all, apparently, which is annoying. Foden. Now Cole Palmer's getting forward. Jesus wept. Phil Foden destroyed there. Can we have the free kick? No, we can't. Cheers then, ref. Love you. You're great. Fucking moron. There's the final whistle. We've seen it through. That'll be 3 points for Manchester City at the top of the table. Thank you very much. Hopefully Manchester United drop some points as well and we can gain the advantage we lost from the draw against Spurs. Palace had a number of efforts in that game. Liverpool win, Arsenal win, Chelsea win, Leeds draw, and they continually fall further and further down the table. Leeds United, unfortunately for them, they are fourth currently. Manchester United haven't played yet. They've got... Who have they got? Everton on the 7th. No? Yeah, Everton on the 7th is their game in hand. We don't have a game for a couple of weeks now until we play Fulham. So a bit of a break for us. I presume there's an international break in there then, is there? Although if Manchester United are playing, then maybe there's not. No, there's not. It's just a 2-week break for some reason. All right, cheers then. Well, could maybe December have not been, January not been quite so busy and we just had an extra game in there? That would have been nice, wouldn't it? Never mind. Thankfully, our form didn't falter because of it. And we're still unbeaten since the end of October. We're going very well so far. But it's transfer deadline day. And I need Rafa Mir to make a decision, please. I need you to leave. I need the money. And I really want to bring in Zaniolo. Rafa Mir rumoured to be going to Bayern or Wolfsburg, obviously. And apparently Manchester United might be bringing in Matthijs de Ligt from Bayern Munich. Biggest deals on deadline day so far are Kone to Arsenal. Glad that he wasn't in the team when we played them earlier on. Not that it would have mattered because we got a man sent off. Tuta and Simignani? I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm afraid. I apologise. Gone is Rafa Mir to Bayern Munich for £34.2 million. Thank you, Rafa. You've been very good. And it is a reluctant sale, but it's unfortunately a necessary sale. And let's be honest, Zaniolo is better than you. We have the pennies. So, can I go back in for Zaniolo now? I absolutely can. And what's the asking price? 94.4. Asking price is 118. But I reckon I can get him for 94.4. And we should have about 120 available to us, I think. 115. So... well, we'll start with like 95 and see if they'll negotiate from there. I don't want to overpay. They want 112. Oh, really then? Is that right? 112? Oh, how about 102? Can I save 10 million, please? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Zaniolo then, presumably, what's he on at the minute? 140 grand a week at Roma. That is a lot, actually. More than I expected him to be on, but he's 88 rated, so it's certainly a justifiable wage. Sporadic? He wants to come in as a sporadic player. He's going to start every bloody week over on the left-hand side for me, but he'll be delighted then coming in as a sporadic player. He's going to be thrilled to be playing as much football as he's going to. And I'll give him a wage rise as well of 170 grand. Will he accept that? And no bonuses? He wants 220. Oh, you greedy son of a bitch. And a £2 million signing bonus. I'm not going to need any more money. We're not going to be making any more signings, but still, money to be carried over to next year. If we end up staying at City, we might well not stay at City, especially if we win everything, of course, this season, as we mentioned. But Nicolo Zaniolo is a new Manchester City player in this save, and will start for us on the left-hand side. We'll change his starting position from centre forward to left wing. And he's in, going through the paces in his medical, but we don't need to watch that cutscene. You've seen it 7 bajillion times before. £102.2 million. We spent quite a bit of money this year, haven't we, with Bellini coming in as well. What's financial fair play, hey? I don't know. Although, to be fair, we have made a number of sales as well. Right, Trafford. Sorry, mate, you're not on the bench, nor are you going to start left wing. I'm going to take you out, and Zaniolo goes in. And, oops. We will change now his position. He can play right wing, so it really shouldn't take too long to train him to left wing, you'd like to think. Development plan. Left wing, please. Say 2 weeks. Why the frickin' frick is it going to take him 233 weeks to change position? Joke, mate. What a farce. Just because... he's not even developmentally peaked either. Why? Why? What about left mid? 317! Fucking Nora! He literally has right wing as one of his positions. And it says it's going to take 242 weeks. Okay then. Well, hopefully, once we've got his sharpness and his morale up, he'll get some boosts, which he will do. His sharpness is 50, his morale is content. And once his sharpness is 100 and his morale is higher, then he'll probably be on a plus 4 or 5 anyway. But annoying that we can't actually change him to a left wing, but it is what it is. It's FIFA, isn't it, at the end of the day, and we don't expect things to work the way that they should do. Continuing then, working our way through. Now, De Ligt has been rumoured to be going to Spurs. Continually as we move our way through transfer deadline day, then he has gone to to Bayern Munich. Ludwig Blas has gone to PSG. Renan Lodi leaves Leicester to go to Barcelona as Fabian Rieder comes in to join Leicester. Piotr Zielinski has left Napoli to go to Monaco as well, which is an intriguing one. Zielinski is actually pretty good on FIFA this year. The biggest deals so far are the 3 that you see there. Savio, I don't know anything about him. 22-year-old though. Gone to Lazio for £56 million from Troyes. Marquinhos might be leaving Arsenal to go to West Ham apparently. Wanderson Galeno has left Palace now as well. And we've got a bid for Cabore. I'm not looking to sell anyone. I'm really genuinely hopeful of winning the FA Cup and the Premier League this season, so we can go and have a project elsewhere, probably in Spain over France, as I think that would probably be a bit more of a popular window, or popular destination for views, etc. But Matthijs de Ligt goes to Spurs for £123.2 million. That is a sizable fee. Now Nico Schlotterbeck is rumoured to be going to Manchester United. So United have missed out on De Ligt. Are they now going to get Schlotterbeck instead? We'll find out in due course. Doesn't look like it though, with just 1 hour to go as we move on one final time. No. Schlotterbeck stays at Dortmund. So, transfer history. The biggest deals in this window were not Bellini. That was in the summer. Matthijs de Ligt for 123. Then it was our deal for Zaniolo for 102. Rodri for 96.8 was there as well. Nejevic, a lot of the big deals include us. Araujo to Napoli. So Man United have lost Araujo, which is why they were presumably looking for Schlotterbeck, and actually they would have reunited Niklas Süle and Schlotterbeck. That would have been quite cool. Sonset, we played against at Arsenal. Kone to Arsenal as well, as we saw earlier on. Julian Alvarez has gone to Barcelona, so he's left Newcastle. That will affect their championship or Champions League hopes. Raspadori to Hoffenheim. Where's Raspadori? 86 rated, and Hoffenheim signing an 86 rated player. That does surprise me. Saliba to Barcelona from Inter. Let's have a look. Nico Williams to Nice from Monza. Romero's gone to Dortmund from Spurs. So Dortmund have signed a centre-back. Marquinhos goes to West Ham on transfer deadline day. And Dembele was me. Chukwueze to Brighton from Newcastle. So Newcastle have lost a couple of talented players, haven't they, in this window? Simakan to Atletico Madrid from Everton. That was strengthening Atleti if we come up against them in the Champions League. But up next for us in the Champions League is Paris Saint-Germain. And that will be in the next episode. The transfer window is over. Nicolo Zaniolo and Nezevic are in. And we have Fulham, Forest, Paris Saint-Germain and an FA Cup tie probably to be drawn. And the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea. It may be PSG, Chelsea and an FA Cup tie in the next episode tomorrow. We shall wait and see. But for now, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed that transfer window. Looking forward to seeing how Zaniolo gets on in the up and coming games. And fingers crossed, we can win everything at City domestically this season, meaning we can have a full-on proper project, perhaps in Spain next year. Join me for tomorrow's episode. We'll see if we can win the Carabao Cup and beat PSG in the Champions League. Ta-ta.